Hi guys, my name is Alex, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about just for about 15 minutes in this day, in order to uh, leverage about with this kind of exercise that I'm doing, answering similar questions to the international Cambridge test. So, um, today's video, I've selected some uh, um, kind of serious some questions and some photograph that is gonna contain in the speaking test of this exam. So the first one is about um, could you tell me something about the area where you grew up? Yeah, I do. Um, I grew up in a little town because I consider it's a little town by this size of the people that are living there. I indeed it the people this town is about 500,000 people in including young older people and children according to the last research about some public institutions in charge to recollect collecting this kind of informations about the quantity of people living. So for that reason, I consider it's a little town, and also it has advantages. So one of them is the it's more secure because they're not much people, and their level of risks of get robbed or getting assault for some bad man, it's also slower rather than and a big city like such as Lima. So that's the one advantages. And also, when I grew up there, I can feel some current some sense of peace because there are not much noises in the streets in the avenues, and compare where I'm living right now. It's in a city, in big city. And also, it's the landscapes where I am grew up is totally different when I'm right now. Um, because there I can say that it's considered like a desert or desert. There's more sand around my town. The second question is what do you find most difficult about English? Yeah, it's I consider one most difficult thing that I struggle with was the pronouncing the correct sounds of the words according the international phonetical alphabet, because I I realized that this Spanish is either Latin America that came from Latin America countries. Mostly of them struggle with kind of having extra accents from similar to uh, English speakers that comes from United States or maybe Europe. I can I I can see that the people have learned in Europe's countries the English language as a second language. I can say that they put the correct or right tone in the correct vowel when they are pronouncing certain words, and I think it's some advantages. I think because their ears are more gets used to with the English language sounds compared with the Latin American sounds. Because and also I heard that the same things happen when English speaker are is trying to learn Spanish language because and they really struggle with really a lot because our Spanish vowels doesn't exist in English language, and it's so difficult for them as well. Daily life. Are you planning to do anything special this weekend? Uh, uh actually, I didn't plan something special for this weekend, but I would say it's when I have some invitation for some party friends, either is getting birthday or some anniversary, and I was considered like a friend. I like to set some appointment in my calendar in order to be ready, be mentally ready and organize my time for that in my schedule for that when they come when the day that they come or is coming. And it's kind of some it's kind of a feel of respect, I think, as well for the people person have invited me, because I can just dedicate that certain times just for them in when the day comes, and is says and that action it says very it says that I am polite and I have educations for in some certain appreciation for her or for him. Yeah, and then part two, long term, I'm gonna give you issues you two for refs. I would like to talk about your four refs and on your own for about minutes, and also to answer any questions about your partner for refs. Yeah. As you can see on the left side of my screen, I'm gonna try to answer the first one. First compare with the first, the two for refs and say what is the advantages, or and also disadvantages of standing in each place. I I can see that in the first one, it's a man uh, uh, that is doing her homework from their school, I think. And also he is doing for his own. Um, Versus the second one, second for Wrath, the girl is also doing her, I think, some workshop or maybe I university work that they are work she is working in teams with her colleague or maybe classmate, and that is the one's main was the main difference I can see um between the two for us, but I can say some similar things that is both are studying and try to do his her homework or some duty from their studies and center. And also I can say that in the first one, one of the advantages is doing by his own is he has more focus and concentration doing one specific thing, and I can say that is more convenient when you are just trying to focus in 100% of your with your attentions. And one of the advantages is maybe with is not didn't receive is not gonna receive some feedback from her teams being about it and about his work, and here not gonna see how to tackle maybe the work from a different perspective from another comment of from one colleague versus the second one, the girl. What is the advantage? Disadvantage maybe is trying to uh, uh, listen each of their classmates and uh, make some agreements in order to do the work as the work, the homework as much as better as they can. And but one advantage is that the works is going to receive a different perspective about how to do the best way it can, and finally it's going to got some good performance. I consider. Yeah. And the last two for that I am gonna comment commenting or reflecting is the second one. Yeah. And so it's he says, I'd like to compare that the throughout and say why do people enjoy having a meal in each place. Yeah, I can say the first one, the man is serving his own a meal and probably in a stand outside of his house, maybe it's in some street, in public street, and also it has very excited, to eating his meal versus the second one. And also, I think he enjoying this kind of activity is more casual, and is more cheaper rather than some expensive restaurants. And the second for us, I can say that there is a more glamorous and a luxury place when uh, 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 than the first one. It's more cheaper, but the second one is more expensive and glamorous. And also I think is a luxury restaurants or a place. Don't The cost of this interest entrance is very high. Yep. Maybe I can say that is when this kind of table and decorations is prepared or set to 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 some important events like a marriage event or graduation maybe, and also it's more a place for celebrating events. And I think that the people are gonna enjoy this kind of places to having a meal together because it's more elegant and more convenient for that kind of event, like celebration or wedding. Versus the first one is more casual, more informal, let's say, versus the second one. Yeah, this is for all for this video, guys. And also I can say that I try to just get uh I'm trying to answer as quickly I can say. I try to get flexibility in my pronouncing words and and try to uh, recall all my words that are stored in my mind. And also because my goal is to reach some certain level of in a speaking area in my English language, and I know that I need to be more flexible and more concise with my phrases and ideas. Each time that I'm gonna recording in it and upload this video on YouTube, I'm gonna try to shorter the long of this video in about just 10 minutes is the goal for this for these 2 weeks, I think. Um, and then I think the last goal before I finish this challenge, I am trying to do it just in 8 minutes, and that's is the end. That's gonna be the end of this challenge. Just in 8 minutes. 8 minutes talking in a concisely way, flexible, and doing really really well. I think it's enough to get some high level score in my English test.